Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Shri Radha Madhava Saki Panchatattva Prahlad Lakshmi Srimad Bhagavan Ananta Deva Ki Jai. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskrityam. All together. Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashta Prahesva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavatir Naistiki. Before reciting of Srimad Bhagavatam,
one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, the Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and by regular attendance to classes, by regular service to the devotees, all that shall come to the heart will be destroyed. All the service unto the personality of Godhead, grace and happiness all, established in the irrevocable fact.
Hare Krishna. Good morning. Everybody staying warm?
Yes.
If you're cold, just, I know a trick. You can just stay in a corner of your room. You know that one, right? Because there in the corner, it's always 90 degrees. Oh no, shoot, they missed it. Okay, somebody say it again.
Shruti, if you're ever cold, go to the corner of your room, because it's always 90 degrees there.
Only for Shruti's ears. So it's a very, we're about to start another beautiful chapter. Chapter 26, 7, of the third canto, entitled Understanding Material Nature. And it comes right after the chapter 26, entitled Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. So it seems like it's important to understand those. Because in a chapter before that, it's called The Glories of Devotional Service. So it comes in a sandwich. And then the chapter after 27, it's Kapila's instructions on devotional service. And then, furthermore, explanation of devotional service, chapter 29. So it comes in order, and it seems like we cannot properly understand or appreciate devotional service unless we understand the fundamental principles of material nature, and also unless we understand material nature in general. It's like, how can you sufficiently appreciate freedom without being confined? There's no point of reference. So right now we are confined in so many different ways. And the purpose of Krishna consciousness is very simple. What is the goal of Krishna consciousness? Okay, and that manifests how?
Self-realization that I'm not this body, I'm just yours.
Yeah, it comes in the realm of freedom, right? The purpose of Krishna consciousness is that we want to become free. Free from what? Cycle of birth and death, yes. Yes, and ultimately this material conception of life, this misidentification with this material body. But how that works, we have to pay attention, because it's very, very, we are very much so entangled in the meshes. So we can become very easily disoriented. What's up, what's down, what's left. You know that happens when you are in avalanche. Everybody knows what avalanche is? I just saw pictures of Niagara Falls. It's all frozen. And there's tourists there. But sometimes in those beautiful mountains, there's avalanche. And the avalanche comes. And you get buried. The first thing that happens, you become completely disoriented. So you start digging up. You think it's digging up, but sometimes you're actually digging further down, or you go left. You think it's up, going up. So it's a helpless situation. So this is our situation. We have ideas of what's best for us. We have ideas what is self-realization, what is God. But I saw very nice. It wasn't even graffiti. It was someone's fence, San Antonio, Texas. It's one of those streets on the side of the highways. So it's a house and a fence. And it says, "Dear God, save me from my version of God." So we have these ideas of what's up or what's down, but um, it's rather a helpless situation. And the way we get direction is, as we heard yesterday, is three references: Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. They are free from, those three references are free from defects. What are the four defects? We have we have limited senses. I just mentioned. We think it's going up, but we're actually going down. So, in a state of confusion, which limited senses bring, we have this tendency to make mistakes, prone to illusion, and the fourth one, yeah, we, for whatever reason, try to take advantage or to present something that it's not, which is the whole chapter in itself. Why we are defensive, why we are defiant and rebellious. It's the original disease. But rest assured, you're in the right place. This is Prabhupada's places are hospitals for the heart. So there's hope. And hope is given in this chapter 27 as well by giving us glimpses and understanding of material nature. Because you cannot navigate unless you understand. Okay, so we're going to cover texts 1 to 5 and focusing on text 4. Who would like to start? The personality of Godhead, Kapila, continued. When the living entity, unaffected by the modes of material nature, because he is unchanging and does not claim proprietorship, he remains apart from the reactions of the modes, although abiding in material body, just as the sun remains aloof from its reflection on water. And as we read these texts, 5 texts, please um, um, think of the ways they are capturing you, and you can raise your hand. What about this? Oh, I really like that. So participate.
When the soul is under the spell of material nature and false ego, identifying with body and the self, he becomes absorbed in material activities. Under the influence of false ego, he thinks that he is the proprietor of everything.
The conditioned soul, therefore, migrates into different species of life, high and lower, because of his association with the modes of material nature. Unless he is relieved of material activities, he has to accept this position because of his faulty work.
What is the faulty work? What is faulty work based on?
Ego.
Okay. And what's
Self-fulfilling. It's for our own satisfaction.
okay? So material nature. What else stood out as part of that misidentification? Proprietor, yes, Kavi. Thinking proprietorship and comes here lording it over. So it's like it's like picking a stick from the ground. That's how proprietorship is. If you pick a stick from the ground, guess what? You're holding to one end, but you're picking up the other end too. And what's the other end? What comes with proprietorship and with this misconception of me and mine? It's anxiety, attachment, suffering. So we think we are there's a sense of achievement. When people claim things, but it comes with the attached file, and that file is ain't pretty. That file ain't pretty. The more the story of how they catch a monkey in India. This is how they find water in some parts of the world too. Do you know how they do that? They catch a monkey with the banana. You know one thing that is better than banana? It's roasted banana. It gives this ganda, this nice fragrance, and just permeates the air. So monkey cannot resist that. And the way they catch him is they take a pumpkin, they tie it to a tree with a chain, and they make a hole in the pumpkin. And the hole it's big enough so monkey can put the hand like this. But and banana is inside. And once it grabs the banana, see the fist is now it's too big. Cannot all he has to do is just let go of banana and he's free. Just can't let go. It just can't let go. And he starts freaking out when he realizes he's caught and stuff. I think I gave this example. I'm pretty sure we're all making a monkey sounds. There was one class can we make some monkey sounds like monkeys who are freak. Okay, that's normal. That's a kind of a normal. But this is a monkey who's freaking out. Yeah. Yeah, that's. You agree? This is better. This is like monkeys freaking out. He sees the hunter come. He sees the hunter coming. He's freaking out, making these noises. All he has to do is just let go. He's free to go, but he can't let go. It's just like, what is the word? Attached. Literally, he's attached. And that's how he gets caught. After he gets caught, he gets put in a cage, and they give him, for days, they don't give him water, they just feed him with salt, which he can survive, not for days, and it's not a torture, but just to make him thirsty. And as they make him extremely thirsty, then they release him, and I guess monkeys have always found a way to find water, and they just follow the monkey. And that's how the people also find water. Just follow the monkey, because monkeys are empowered in those kind of ways.
As long as they're not attached.
Huh?
As long as they're not attached, they're empowered.
Yes, exactly. If you are too attached, then no water, only salt. And then you're at the mercy of a hunter or a water search party. And you're at their mercy. Okay. That's what came to me. Anything else that came for you? Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about how when they describe the moves going up and down, higher and lower births, it's kind of like trying to dig out of the avalanche. Like you think that in this life I'm doing the right thing, and actually you're digging yourself either higher or lower, but you're still in the same system. And that in an avalanche, when the rescue team comes, you have to like actually listen to what they're telling you to do, because otherwise you're just going to keep digging the wrong way.
Sometimes they just say stop.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything.
We're going to come to you.
Because you're not helping. You're not helping them, but just stop.
And I was thinking about for me in my spiritual life, just how it's easy to feel like when you're being rescued in an avalanche, you think in that moment, okay, great, everyone must be being rescued. But actually, someone's taking the time to individually rescue you. You know, we can't take that for granted. That in the time someone's spending trying to save me from this cycle, if I waste it, the time could have been spent on someone else.
Very, very nice point. Okay, thank you. Number 4, who's next?
Actually, a living entity is transcendental to material existence. But because of his mentality lording it over material nature, his material existential condition does not cease. And just as in a dream, he is affected by all sorts of disadvantages.
It is the duty of every conditioned soul to engage his polluted consciousness, which is now attached to material enjoyment, in very serious devotional service with attachment. Thus his mind and consciousness will be under full control.
So we're presented with a problem, and then text number 5 hints on the solution. It is the duty of every conditioned soul to engage his polluted consciousness. So again, what is that polluted consciousness? To try to lord it over, to become attached, to claim proprietorship for something that is not ours. Isn't that silly? We come naked, we go naked, and in between, we come naked, we go naked, and in between we claim proprietorship. It's like an insanity. You know, thinking whoever dies with most toys wins. What a life. You're putting all your chips in a wrong number. That's called wasting time. And then what happens? Bhutva praliyate. Again and again, you come again and again, again and again. But we have to get tired of that. We have to be able to say, enough. I had enough. That is called materially exhausted. Very good. We can't be receptive to the verse 5 if we think, what, polluted consciousness? No. My consciousness is fine. You can't get healed if you don't accept that something's wrong. That takes sincerity. To become akinchana gochara, materially exhausted. Doesn't mean impoverished. Doesn't mean poor. Just means materially exhausted. You can be the wealthiest person, but still materially exhausted. Still not claiming the proprietorship. You can be surrounded with a lot of resources and wealth, but still be in a consciousness that it's pure consciousness, Krishna consciousness, seeing everything as is meant to serve and please Krishna. So that is purified consciousness. And thus, our mind and our consciousness will be under full control. We won't be carried away by uncontrolled senses in the mind, which they tend to be, as we're going to see from text 4. So we're going to cover that one. Text 4 today. It's getting a little steamy here. Arte havidyamane api. Arte havidyamane pi. Arte havidyamane pi. Samsmritirna nivartate. Samsmritirna nivartate. Samsmritirna nivartate. Jayato Vishayan Asya. Jayato Vishayanasya. Jayato Vishayanasya. Swapne Nartagamo Yata. Swapne Nartagamo Yata. Swapne Nartagamo Yata. Arte Hyavidyamane Pi. Samsmitirna Nivartate. Jayato Vishayanasya. Swapne Nartagamo Yata.
Arte Yavidyamanepi Samsritir Na Nivartate Jayato Vishayanasya Swapne Narta Gamoyata
Arteya Vidyamane Samsritirna Nivartate Jayato Vishayanasya Artehi
Avidnamanepi.
Samsritirna Nivartate Jayato Vishayanasya Swapnena Gamoyata
Okay, word by word together. Arte, the cause.
I is rarely, Avidyamane, non-existing, Avi, although, Samsriti, the materials of sexual tradition, not, Nivartate, does cease, Yayata, contemplating, Vishaya, objects of the senses, Asya, of the living entities, Swapne, in a dream, Anartha, of the experiences, Anama, arrival, Yata, life.
And this he is not high. It's he, certainly.
Yeah, sorry.
I heard. Oh, it was you?
Because I didn't catch what it was.
Hi. Okay. Translation. I'll read translation and somebody, we can have volunteer ready for the purport. Actually, a living entity is transcendental to material existence. But because of his mentality of lording it over material nature, his material existential condition does not cease. What does that mean, does not cease? Just does not end, just keeps going. And very often it gets worse. And just as in a dream, he is affected by all sorts of disadvantages. Okay. Purport. Somebody besides Bobby will give you a break. And we appreciate your enthusiasm.
The example of a dream is very appropriate. Due to different mental conditions, in dreams we are put into advantageous and disadvantageous positions. Similarly, the spirit soul has nothing to do with his material nature, but because of his mentality of lording it over, he is put into the position of conditional existence. Conditional existence is described here as dhyayato vishayanasya. Vishaya means an object of enjoyment. As long as one continues to think that he can enjoy material advantages, he is in conditioned life. But as soon as he comes to his senses, he develops the knowledge that he is not the enjoyer. For the only enjoyer is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So what is the object of the sense? In our early example, it's the banana. Okay.
As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 5:29, he is the beneficiary for all the results of sacrifices and penances. Bhuktaram yagya tapasam. And he is the proprietor of all the three worlds, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the actual friend of all living entities. But instead of leaving proprietorship, enjoyment, and the actual position as a friend of all living entities to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we claim that we are the proprietors, the enjoyers, and the friends.
Okay, it's still connected, yeah. We perform,
We perform philanthropic work, thinking that we are the friends of human society. Someone may proclaim himself to be a very good national worker, the best friend of all the people and of the country, but actually, he cannot be the greatest friend of everyone. The only friend is Krishna. One should try to raise the consciousness of a conditioned soul to the platform of understanding that Krishna is his actual friend. If one makes friendship with Krishna, one will never be cheated, and he will get all the help needed. Arousing this consciousness of the conditioned soul is the greatest service, not posing oneself as a great friend of another living entity. The power of friendship is limited. Although one claims to be a friend, he cannot be a friend unlimitedly. There are an unlimited number of living entities, and our resources are limited. Therefore, we cannot be of any real benefit to the people in general. The best service to the people in general is to awaken them to Krishna consciousness, so that they may know that the supreme enjoyer, the supreme proprietor, and the supreme friend is Krishna. Then this illusory dream of lording it over material nature will vanish.
So beautiful. It starts with a dream, and then it ends with waking us from the nightmare. By what? By redefining and Prabhupada uses this verse from 5th chapter of the Gita. What is the verse? 5:20.
I am the sacrificial fire,
No, that's also a good one, but go down to the purport. Bhaktaram Yagat, who said that? Yes, go ahead. Bhakta. Yeah, it's from the 5th chapter. It's usually in red, yeah, 529. Most of the purport is just purporting to that verse. Giving Krishna, or reminding us of Krishna's position, and giving Krishna, or recognizing Krishna's three attributes. Bhoktaramyagatapasam, that he is all the activities. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, this is where he reclaims, Prabhupada reclaims Krishna's proprietorship. It is not ours. If anything, we're giving things to be under our care. So we are custodians, we are curators of our own life. Don't just be exhibit in a museum of life. Become a curator, get a grip and responsibility, take a radical personal responsibility of things you do. Only then you'll make a headway, you'll grow. Krishna is not going to let us pass if we're not real in our attempts to take responsibility. So, proprietorship, and what else? He's Surhit Sarva Bhutanam. He's the best friend of all. Sometimes we have this savior syndrome, that we want to save the world. but we have to save ourselves first. And actually, it's not done by our own effort. It's done by Krishna. So all we got to do is just really take shelter. Doesn't take much effort. Actually, in the beginning, as Anaswaya said, the less you move, the better, the better, because you're not helping in the process. So you do what you are told by physician. You don't speculate. You don't make your own process by the color of the bottle of the medicine. But if you trust the physician, that's a requirement. Prabhupada said, I give you two things, love and trust. If there's no trust, he said, when that is lost, everything is lost. And you can try this way, that way, but it's not going to work because you're not able to follow. So we have this, it's a empowered dynamic. It's a book. It talks about the the victim, the prosecutor, and the rescuer. In every drama triangle, you have a victim, a prosecutor, and a rescuer. But that needs to change. And we find ourselves in all three roles. We find ourselves sometimes as a victim, sometimes as a rescuer, and sometimes as a prosecutor. But in order to avoid this drama of material world, we need to change those roles, or rather transform them into more empowering. That's why the whole book is called Empowered Dynamic. So victim becomes what? Creator. Again, you take charge, you take responsibility, radical personal responsibility. You don't put it on a world. You put it on yourself, and then you grow. Prosecutor, it's much better to become, or to be, it's much better to be a challenger. You can challenge as or like a coach. We can be responsible for other people's growth. There's a hidden arrogance in Savior, the one who wants to fix everything. And that's not empowering. You got to walk your path. As they say, you can bring the horse to the well, but you can't make him drink water. I mean, you can try. Did you have a pet? You can put the pet head in the water. When I was growing up, we had a little puppy dog, Gina. I remember like, here, drink water, drink, but it just wasn't thirsty. You can't force it. And then what else is left? Challenger, and so the Savior should become a challenger or like a coach. And what else is left?
The rescuer.
The rescuer, yeah. The rescuer. That's the Savior. What else is left? Prosecutor.
I thought the prosecutor was the challenger. Sorry, I'm doing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Prosecutor was a challenger, and then the Savior becomes. One second. It's very important. One second. Anyway, I'll give it to you on a chat, so we don't lose time, precious time. The point is that we have to transform those roles into those that are more empowering, and the whole book is called Empower Dynamic. So as you find yourself in those roles that are part of the drama triangle, just remember, it's not gonna help anybody, especially it's not gonna help ourselves. So there's a need to make an upgrade. Okay, I did wanted to share a few things about Krishna lunch. So if we can just kind of stop with this and go to, there's a document I just shared. It's part of the Seva, Krishna lunch Seva chat, group chat. And I don't know if it was ever shared. Usually it was attached as a description